guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. So by the title you must have guessed that in today's video I am going to be reviewing for you the brand new Dior Rosy Glow blush over here, and this is a brand new release by Dior. Previously they had 2 shades and they released 4 more shades, and I have some thoughts. So yeah, grab some tea or coffee or snacks and let's just hang out, and without further ado, let's just get started. Here is a little bit of backstory about me and my relationship with these blushes. I first got that viral pink shade that everybody talks about, and let me just tell you, it looked weird on my skin tone. It did not look good on me. It looked a lot like lighter than my skin tone, and I did not like that. And the coral blush that they had, it does not even show up on my skin tone. So I was so glad when they released some more shades, and I ran to my Sephora and I got the shade Rosewood. And I'm so happy that they decided to come up with some more shades. By the way, let's just talk about the packaging. It comes in a cardboard box. Cardboard box like this one, and when you open it up, here is your actual blush, and look at the packaging. It is so luxe and so damn cute. I absolutely love the packaging. But let me just tell you, the shade that you see over here on the packaging, it does not actually match the shade that you see inside of it, so just be aware of that. This blush retails for $40 and when you open it up, here is the actual shade, and the embellishment over here is beautiful. It's a really luxe packaging, so packaging wise 10 on 10. And this particular shade Rosewood, it is a very unique shade, and it is a mixture of pink, mauve and a little hint of coral. I do not know how to explain this shade, but it looks a little pink on the cheeks, I won't lie, but the shade itself is a very unique, and trust me, I have like 100 blushes in my collection and I do not think I have tried any similar shade, not yet. The shade is just 10 on 10, it's beautiful. Anyway, I went to Sephora and I made up my mind. I wanted to pick up 2 shades. One is Rosewood, that is this one, and the other one is Cherry. But let me just tell you, when I went to Sephora and I swatched all the shades, Cherry looked more like a coral shade, and the coral shade that they have, it looks more like a peach shade. So I'm a little bit confused. I thought Cherry would have a little bit more red undertone to it, but no, it's a straight up like very orangish coral shade, and I have like 10 different blushes that are similar to the Cherry one, so I did not pick that one up. I ended up picking up the shade Rosewood because, and in my opinion, the 2 shades that would work well on my skin tone are Cherry and Rosewood. And when I was at Sephora, they ran out of, like literally this was the last shade that I picked up, and they ran out of the Cherry shade, they ran out of the Rosewood shade as well. So I am assuming that these 2 are selling out fast, and it makes sense because these 2 shades, in my opinion, they're so versatile and they would work well on so many different skin tones. And here are the swatches of all the 4 shades. First is Mahogany, and this is a deeper brown shade, and I do not think it is a flattering blush shade on my skin tone personally. It could be a bronzer shade, but definitely not a blush. This is the shade Berry, and you can see it has a purple brown undertone to it, and I don't think it is a flattering shade on my skin tone personally. These blushes are talc free and they kind of give you satin matte finish. They do not have any noticeable shimmer or glitter particles in them. And this is the shade Cherry. As you can see, it is a strong like orangish coral shade. I thought it would have more like a red undertone to it, but no, that is not the case. And last but not the least, Rosewood, and this is such a beautiful shade. I absolutely loved it. Though they have expanded the shade range, but still I am not really happy with the shade range that much, and hear me out. First of all, when I was at Sephora and I swatched all the shades, I did not get the point of having a brown shade, that is the shade Mahogany. I really did not get it. At first, I thought that shade would look perfect on like deeper, richer skin tones. But when I was at Sephora, I swatched that shade, and in my opinion, I do not think that shade is going to look very flattering on deeper skin tones. I don't know, it's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe I do not know. So please do me a favor. If you have tried that shade and if you have some thoughts, please let me know in the comment section down below. And there is another shade that was berry, and I thought that would be a beautiful shade on deeper, richer skin tone. But when I swatched that shade, I figured out that it has more like a brown undertone to it. And whenever I use a berry shade with brown undertone, it looks like I have got bruises on my cheeks. It does not look flattering on me. And I would have loved that shade if it had more like a pink undertone to it, but no, that is not the case. So be aware of that shade as well. So my advice would be just go to the store and swatch the shades and then try to pick it up, because these are expensive. These are like $40 blushes. So just see if that works for your skin tone or not and then pick it up. When I swatched the shade, it's pretty hard panned. There is no fallout. It's pretty like stiff when you swatch it like this. And you need to use a dense brush. If you try to use this type of like fluffier blush brush, then it won't pick up a lot of product. You need to use something like this brush over here, a little dense brush to pick up the product. And when I was applying it, there was no fallout, and I loved that. This is not a first impression. I have been using this blush for about a week or so. And I noticed that it is kind of a buildable formula. It's not like one swipe pigmentation. You need to build it up. And on my skin tone, personally, I applied like 2 layers and it looked perfect. Like, see, I'm wearing this blush today. You will see on the application process how it looks. It just needs 2 layers for me on my skin tone, and I get the full opacity. I personally don't get any fallout, and I have not seen any like sort of patchiness going on with this blush. It applies evenly on my skin. Personally, I have never ever struggled with this particular formula. So formula wise, I think it's a beautiful formula and it's very, very unique. When I got it, I swatched it for the first time. I was like, it's too hard panned. I don't know if I'm going to love it or not, but when I tried to apply it on my cheeks, it applied beautifully. There was no patchiness, there was no funkiness going on. The application was such a pleasure. Talking about the longevity of this blush, I typically go for a cream blush underneath and then I top it off with a powder blush. I have been into cream blushes lately, but the other day I went to San Francisco. I was just roaming around the city and I applied only this blush, and I was shocked to see that this lasted all day long, and it was a pretty hot day that day. I applied the blush at around, I would say 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I came back at around, I should say 8:30, and the blush was still there. There was no fading. Of course, a little bit of fading, I won't lie, but the blush was noticeable. It was still there. It was not one of those blushes that you apply and after like 4 to 5 hours, it's gone. Because blush is the first thing that leaves your face. No, that is not the case with this blush. So I have found this formula to be a very long lasting formula on my skin. Personally, mind that I have pretty dry skin and it lasts on my cheeks all day long, and it's a powder blush. I mean, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? Now hear me out. There are some pros and cons about this formula. Do I love it? Yes. Do I regret buying it? No. I wanted to splurge, so I splurged. I got it. I love it. I love the shade on my skin tone, and I love the formula. I love the packaging. I love everything about these blushes. Now, do you need it? It completely depends on you. If you find a shade that is suitable for your skin tone or that you like, for example, there are some more shades. If you find a shade that you like and if you plan to get these particular blushes, I think you won't regret buying them because the formula itself is really good. And yeah, do I think that there are more affordable blushes that I love? Yes, I do. I love my Benefit blushes, I love my Tarte, I love some other drugstore blushes as well. But what stands out for me is the shade. The shade is very unique. I love the shade. I have not found a shade that is even closer to this one. So yeah, I enjoy wearing this blush. It works for my skin tone and I give it a 10 on 10. If you have been planning on getting these blushes, and I think you will enjoy it. If you find a shade, if you find something that matches your taste, I think you are going to love these blushes. Well, the first time I used the Dior blushes, I was so disappointed, but this time Dior did not disappoint. They are giving it with the formula. The formula is like chef's kiss. So that's it, you guys. That was my review of this brand new Dior blush in the shade Rosewood. And if you have tried any of these blushes, then please let me know what do you guys think. If you want me to pick up some more shades, like a shade that you like, that if you have similar skin tone and if a shade works for you, and if you want me to try that particular shade, then please let me know in the comment section down below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel. It will just help my channel out so much. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. See you soon in my next video. Till then, bye and take care. Bye.